I
believe
in
God.
God.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Joneses. This is something personal that we would like to share with you. We hope that it would inform and inspire.
So basically today we are hosting a prayer brunch, and the reason why we're hosting a prayer brunch is to strengthen your faith, love without conditions, and for just acceptance. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
I want to start off by saying thank you to all our subscribers. Thank you for showing us some love. Thanks for all the comments. We just love it.
Yes, so basically this video I would say is gonna be more like on like the documentary side, but like not them boring documentaries.
Right.
More like you know, it's definitely gonna be informative, but it's gonna be like fun, and it's definitely going to inspire you because we're looking to encourage. Like that's our main goal, to encourage you when it comes to faith and believe in things like that. So this video, I think this got to be like one of the best ones.
Right,
like,
it's probably one of our
really
most
good,
heartfelt, serious videos.
Because you know Jarvis is always playing and stuff.
Right.
So
I would just like to welcome everybody to the prayer brunch, and the reason why I am holding and hosting the prayer brunch is because I want to make sure that we keep the unity in the spirit, we keep the unity of family, we keep things together. The water, casting your cares upon the Lord. There is some translucent paper, so if you have a prayer that you would like to, you want God to do something for you, you write it down, put it in the water, and it will dissolve. You're casting your cares upon the Lord. You're casting your cares, you're casting all your burdens, whatever you want Him to do, He will do it. By faith, it will be done. So I am asking that you take a pen, write down whatever, fold it up, put it in the water, and give it on to the Lord, because He's going to work it out. Amen. Amen.
what is something that happened in your life that strengthened your faith?
Being able to graduate high school and looking forward to the future and graduating in college.
So actually, what I'm going through right now is something with my coach and my team. They're prejudiced down there, and I'm going through that right now. And I'm not gonna say like I'm done with it, but I know that God, He has a plan for me, and He's gonna make a way out of no. I know, and I'm gonna trust that He has a better path for me instead of what I have.
A rough time when it came to jobs and money, and I just kept the faith and just waiting to see what had happened. And then now I'm in a situation where I'm doing good on the job, and like financially stable, and I'm just so thankful for that.
When I couldn't walk.
And what was the turning point for you?
The turning point for me was me having to learn how to walk all over again, and me just like having that private moment with God, and just basically saying like, you know, just basically kind of asking Him to help me regain my strength and help me learn how to walk again.
When I pretty much lost everything at the same time. So this goes back to me being patient, the patience. So I didn't have any patience, so I rushed into everything. I rushed in when I was trying to move out of my parents' house. I did it too quickly. I didn't really think about it. And then when I got in, you know, I made mistakes. I let someone move in with me that shouldn't have moved in with me, and it just pretty much kind of turned everything upside down. So I had lost my place. When I lost my place, after that, I lost my car. My car got repoed at the same time. And then after that, I lost my job. So at that point, I feel like God was telling me, like, okay, you need to slow down. You know, take a couple steps back and, you know, get it together. Because just as fast as you thought that you were getting it, I could take it back. So I feel like that was a lesson learned for me. And at that point, I feel like that's why I gained the biggest faith. Because when I lost everything, I was pretty much at rock bottom. And I had no choice but to have faith to bring myself out of it. Because that point in my life, I was just kind of, I was ready to give up. So when I was just like, okay, I'm going to just strengthen my faith. And that's pretty much when I started pulling myself up and started seeing changes in my life. So.
When I started having kids, I was in a tough situation at the moment, and I was having them, but I really didn't know nothing about having kids. To be having them, it's a whole different responsibility that you have to, you know, have. And I had to realize that I had to grow up. Because I have 5 kids, and it got hard, it got tough. One kid, okay, but when it started getting to 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a lot, and it's a big responsibility. And I could say, like, with my first child, my second child, it was easy for me, but I took advantage of it. Then I had 3, 4, and 5. Now it got a little harder. So now my struggle is a little bit more harder for me.
So at what point did you feel God came in, or what changed? What clicked?
My breaking point was when my family started noticing that I was struggling within myself on a situation that I couldn't help myself. So they kept repeatedly telling me, like, get your kids, take care of your kids, this, that. And when I saw that it was getting too hard on my mom, which is their grandma, I started to step up to the plate and take responsibility. When I started to get all 5 of my kids, that's when my life got easy. That's when God stepped in and showed me that when you take care of your own, then I will be there to step in and help you take care of it.
Me and my wife, we was driving, and a car had hit us. And the car had hit us. I didn't know what was going on. I know around that time it was tax season. I was asking questions like, God, why? And it all turned in my favor because the things that was going to happen. Ended up getting a new vehicle, got a townhouse, and didn't know what was going to happen. So all that had turned out good, and it had strengthened my faith.
I was on trial for something that I didn't even commit. It was a murder, and I was looking to do 10 to 20 years, leaving behind my kids and everybody. They wanted me to testify and tell on other people and do a whole lot of stuff. They were just telling me, and they was threatening to take away my kids from me and saying that my life wasn't gonna be nothing. And my sister, every time we went to court, my sister went with me. When I got bonded out, every time I went to court, my sister went with me. And she used to say, why every time we leave out this courtroom, you always saying everything gonna be okay? I said, because everything is gonna be okay. God got this. He got the last say so. And I'm not gonna give up on him because I know he's not gonna give up on me. I fought that case for 5 years. Fought that case. They kept asking me to do a plea deal and a whole lot of deals, and I kept telling myself, and I told that lawyer, I'm not doing no deal. I'm not telling them what they want to know because I feel like they the police. You know, that's your job to figure out who did what and when they did. not mine. If you feel like I did that murder or committed that murder, then so be it. I'ma leave my faith in whatever happened to me in God's hands.
Say, what was that turning point? Like, what happened at the end of those cases? Like, how did it end?
So, how did it end? Yes, how did it end? It ended and turned over in my favor. Like, I beat the case. I wasn't charged for anything. If you was to look it up now, it'll still be on that, but it'll say no conviction. So I wasn't charged for anything, but I had to really keep my faith. A lot of people down that line lost faith, and I just kept telling myself, just because this person don't believe it, I know God gonna work it out. I know He gonna win this case. I'm gonna beat this case, and I'm gonna be okay. And I'm gonna live to see the next day.
So through that helped strengthen your faith, because you had faith through it, and then He brought you out. So that was a top of the cake.
That was a cherry on the top of the cake. Cause I already knew. Don't you know how you got the whipped cream on the cake, and you just need something to just top it off? That just topped it off.
I remember one time years ago when you guys were small. I wasn't working. Your dad was working, and we had a gas bill that was about almost $1,000. Didn't know how we were going to pay it. Didn't know what we were going to do. I was just so worried because it was about to get in the summertime. We didn't need gas. We were cooking on the hot plates and different things like that. But it was about September, about to go into the fall. So I got kind of discouraged and worried about how we were going to make it. So I took you guys to daycare, and at the time I was in this training school. And I remember just worrying about the bill, and I'm like, how we don't have the money, how are we gonna pay it? And I remember just God laying on my heart to leave and go to get some help, go to CETA. At the time it was CETA. And I went there and gave them the information they needed, and she was like, okay. So with CETA, you have to kind of wait and see if they're going to do anything, or you get called or whatever. So a week went by, about a week and a half went by. I got a letter in the mail. I'm like, okay, good, CETA. So I got the letter, looked at the letter, and it said that they were only going to pay $54 on the bill. Now, mind you, this bill is $1,000-some. So I went the word, Jesus, Lord, have mercy. What are we going to do? We're not going to get our gas on. So I still was kind of where I'm like, okay, God, you said that you would take care of us. So went on, took you guys to school, and I went, and just something that God laid on my heart, and to go to the gas company. And at the time, the gas company was on 95th and Jeffrey, I think, around in that area. So I went in to speak to someone, because I'm like, Lord, I ain't gonna be able to pay this. I don't know what they gonna do, blah blah blah. So sat there, somebody called my name, they went back, that little representative typed my name in the thing, gave her the letter. I'm like, and she said to me, she said, Miss Kelly, it looks like here in the computer, your bill is paid. This is a misprint. All you got to come up with the amount that was on the $54 that was on the letter is what I was supposed to pay. Now, they had already paid the bill. So I was just in awe. God was just good, and we were able to get our gas back on, things like that. So God is good, and that strengthened my faith at that time.
I remember one time, I think I was about 22, 23 years old. I was going through a few struggles in my life after my mother passed away, and I just didn't understand why she had to die at such a young age. So from that point, what I did was I questioned whether there was even a God. And the word that came out of my mouth was, I don't even believe there is a God. And from that point, after that happened, all hell broke loose. I mean, things started getting really bad for me, financially, certain things physically, mentally. I began to go through some things and struggle with a lot of personal things. Me personally, God allowed the devil allowed the devil to torment me and take me through certain tests that I was not ready for. To sum it up,
What was that turn for you? When did he come back into your life?
when he came back into my life is when I started believing. After I saw the things that happened to me, and I knew those were real. When I started seeing demons and things like that, and I said, yeah, it's got to be a God. So that's when I believe, that there's a God. Once I had that faith and believe, there is a God, and He real, He's not to be played with. That's when things start turning around.
Cancer just stripped me, tore me down, and my faith started working when that came into my life. It came into my life, and it just let me know you got to get this together, else you're gonna lose your life. And I had to go and get my checkups, and go to the doctor every day. I did the chemo and the radiation. I did chemo Mondays, and the rest of the week I did the radiation. And totally I did it for 6 weeks.
So how did you get through it?
By praying, keeping my mind focused on the Lord, because it was hard for me to go through that. I kept my faith up by praying and knowing that the Lord would see me through. I had a stroke, and if I didn't know Jehovah, I couldn't cope with this stroke. He helps me. I have faith. I get up, I move around, I talk to Him. And that's the way I feel when you have faith in your Creator.
If you could tell your younger self something about faith, what would it be?
Stay strong and believe in yourself.
Always keep it, no matter the circumstances.
Seek out God sooner, because He makes the good times great and the bad times okay.
To let His will be done and not yours.
I would tell my younger self to have patience. I feel like patience is something that I've always struggled with, and to tell my younger self, like, look, it's gonna come. If it's for you, it's for you. Just let it come. Do not rush it. When you rush things, they will not happen like the way that you want them.
Be patient.
To not be afraid. Stop being so scared and just go with the flow. The only way that you can be able to see and trust God is if you go for it.
Never give up, girl. It's gonna be okay.
Go to sleep. Rest in the Lord. He got your back.
Just to trust and believe in yourself and in God, and believe that God is with you.
Go ahead. You can do it. You can make it. And believe in yourself. Trust in the Lord. Take your time. Learn the way Jehovah wants you to live. And by knowing how He wants you to live, it changes your whole outlook on life.
What is one word you can use to encourage someone's faith?
Patience.
Persistence.
Consistency.
Discernment.
Humble.
Positivity.
Patience.
Stand strong.
Humility.
Stay strong. Take your time.
Okay, and we need to give our shout out to one of our top fans. Woo! One of our top fans is, drum roll please, Kaylin. So our top fan is Kaylin. We definitely will be sending a gift bag to her with some goodies in there. We appreciate all the love, all your comment, everything that you do. We love it. We feel it in our hearts.
She's like always the first one to watch it. As soon as we post, she's on it.
On it.
Always has comments. We love it.
Yes.
Love the support.
I
Believe.
Believe.
And
In
And God.
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 God.